that the central one is the sustaining power, means is the power by which we evolve. That means we get our sustenance as it is. This sustenance that we have got as a human being, when it is to be manifested on the 5 elements that we have within ourselves, the source is there, but we have to reach it to its different elements. When this interchange takes place, or we can say when we have to put this force outside, that is to be done through establishment of dharma on these, like the superimposition, or you can say the connection. Like you can say there is sun. Sun is the source of light, and the source of light has come to this earth, which is created out of the 5 elements. So the sun's rays have to come. But when they come inside, in this room, what do? They enlighten this room. But it's only possible if there is dharma, means the light is there, the rays are there. The rays can be obstructed by many things. If the rays are obstructed, then there is adharma. So, the source of dharma, the spreading of dharma, and ultimately the manifestation onto the 5 elements is a complete thing that is void. This play goes on within us. Our evolutionary power, which has worked from the very beginning, from matter sin, when the matter got itself organized, when we had carbon as tetravalent, then from carbon the life started. All this is the work of the sustaining force. Then we became human beings. Now we have got 10 dharmas within us, which we have to keep all right. These are the main 10 commandments. These 10 commandments we have to look after, and these are looked after by the people who are the primordial masters, as we call them, the incarnations of Adi. Like Raja Janaka, like Moses, like Socrates, like Nanaka. The last one was the Shirdi Sai-Nath. This is the principle, is the primordial master. Now there is another principle that is in there, by which you receive it. This is called as the disciple principle, the primordial disciple principle, represented by the moon and the sun, presided by Buddha and Mahatma. So this disciple element, if it is not in you, you cannot receive it. But when you start receiving it, this dharma gets into you, and then you become the Guru. You become the Guru when this is completely sustained with you. It starts as a disciple and then ends up as a Guru. This is the void part within us. First of all, as the human beings are, we do not observe the first 10 basic principles. In this country, for example, or in the West, we observe the 5 of them because of law. In the countries like India, they observe the rest 5 because of their society. So in any way we are lacking some. 5 are missing here or 5 are missing there. This is the situation of the Dharma today. The gurus and the disciples, they do this connection. And then the matter, which is created out of 5 elements, get vibrated. You can enlighten the matter. When the dharma is complete, you can enlighten the matter. The rituals that these people used, which was called as simply dharmic krityas, they call them, these are the deeds of dharma, is to worship, to do puja, and to pray to God, and to do all these things. Prayer. All these things, after some time, became absolutely deadened. Because there was no realized soul as a guru, and no realized soul as a disciple. So it was just a joke going on, see. It has no meaning. Supposing I tell somebody who is not realized to give himself a bandhan, you cannot. He's coming back, don't you worry. Both of them have run away. Because he runs amok. The sister is realized, the wife is realized. Born. But the husband is like that. What to do? He came, ran away halfway, he still cannot decide which way to go.
But he touched his hand.
Look. So you will see gradually how it works. So this void is so important because that is how you establish your receiving ends in your being, the 5 elements within you. You know the 5 elements that exist. In Sahaja Yoga we try the other way now. Yes, I have tried it this way. Now what to do? This dharma is all ruined. It is. There is another way. All these elements are represented in your chakras, different chakras. So why not take the Kundalini through these chakras and enlighten the elements themselves? Even there is no dharma in a person, we can do. But then the Kundalini goes back to all the places which you have missed. But if you have been to some guru and you have bent your head before him, then the Kundalini stops at point. It goes here, there, it just stops. It doesn't go. It's very different. You have seen the void pulsating so badly. It just doesn't rise. It always goes back into that bottomless pit, as you can call it. It's always sucked into that again and again if you have had a guru. So we try to remove the guru from your mind by so many ways. Deny them completely, absolutely, so that they get out of your minds. And again raise the Kundalini. And from the innermost, the Brahma Nadi as they call it, the innermost Nadi, is a Sukshma Nadi. Otherwise you cannot reach there. From outside you go on cleansing until you reach there, you find you cannot pierce it. But outside cleaning helps you in one way, that the Brahma Nadi becomes wider. The Nadi that is in the center of Sushumna. If there is less pressure, then it is a wider one. So for Kundalini rising, there is a better chance. But in Sahaja Yoga, the subtlest of subtlest Kundalini we catch. And thread it microscopically inside. And take it out. And by taking it out, what happens? These chakras definitely get enlighten, they expand. That's how we expand the Sushumna. Expanding Brahmanandi. This is the trick of Sahaja. Because this cleansing is going to take too much time, as you said. The whole thing is to be cleansed out. And then it is to be released. And then you have to meet some guru who has to take it. So this Sadachar, whatever Buddha has said, the right action, the right that he has said, is the one that is done. That's what he prescribed. But that doesn't work out with human beings. It's meant for people who are realized souls. Most of these religions are meant for realized souls. We can find them. Actually, realized souls only took to religion before. Those who were born again, Dvija, Brahmins, who took to religion. But the time has come for people who are non-realized also to take to religion and to receive his blessings. Sahaja Yoga is the only way one can do it. Is to take it in the subtlemost, innermost nadi, enlighten every chakra, increase the size of the chakra, pierce a little bit here, then again raise another thread, then again the third thread, like that, and go on expanding. This is the chakra. You are alright. This is how it works out. In her case, I did the same. I was just talking to you. Now, the main thing about what one has to remember, there is no rationality. Is the hunger inside the stomach, and hunger has no rationality. If it is hungry, it will eat. It has to eat. No rationality can satisfy it. If you are hungry, you have to eat. And when you have spiritual hunger, the same hunger becomes subtler and subtler. Ultimately, it becomes a spiritual hunger. First, the hunger starts of, say, food, of primitive things. Then hunger for sex life, hunger for women, hunger for men, then for power, then for money. Then the hunger for spirituality starts. When that hunger is concentrated and start rising without any rationality about it, you don't know why you are seeking. Like Buddha, he had everything. He had a wife, and his father had provided him with everything. Still, his heart was seeking. Why was he seeking? It's the hunger that is not rationality. That doesn't explain. And then this hunger starts, and the way we quench that hunger is that. The way we keep it intact is the dharma. Supposing you are hungry, you go and eat some poison, then it is a dharma. I know you are hungry, but you have to eat proper food. The knowledge about that is dharma. What food you must eat, what books you must read, what people you must meet, how you should live, what should be your attitude towards others, things, others' wives, children, daughters, everything relating to the other. All that knowledge is dharma. But it has no rationality. Like you see a man ran away, say, with somebody's daughter. He would say, what's wrong? I cannot answer. I cannot answer. If a man has bad relations, say, with his own mother, he says, what's wrong in this? You cannot answer. There's no rationality. It is wrong. It is a fact. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Christ has said, even to have adulterous eyes is wrong. Right? The time it was Christ who came in. At the Moses time, people did not know this eye business. But Christ would see that, and he has said that those who have even adulterous eyes are committing a sin. So, how to deal with others? Say materialism now. We are so attached to matter. This is also a problem with the Navi. Materialism is a false identification with matter. All false with matter, with human beings, with books, with all that is created, is the problem of Navi. So you can understand how important is Navi. And the one that prescribes it is the Dharma, is the Guru. They did not come like me to convince you and argue out with you. They said, thou shalt not. That's a commandment. Commandment means there is not to reason why. It's a commandment. There's no rationality in them. Now the one who is dharmic does not think about sin at all. Now I'll tell you about myself. Say I go to a party and they start a cabaret dance. I do not think about it whether it is illegal or whether it is wrong with this or that. Nothing I do not think, but immediately I want. My grandchildren, you see, they one day were watching the TV and 3 of them came vomiting. I went and saw the TV and it was a horrid thing going on. They just came and started vomiting. There's no rationality about it. It is against human sustenance. It is subhuman. Like animals cannot feel the dirt or filth, we can. We feel horrible smell coming in. But those who work, say, in filth cannot feel any smell. If you go near a factory where sugar is produced, you will feel terrible there. Get the smell of those molasses and you can't bear it. But those who are working, they are so much used to it that they cannot feel it. Those who live in sin cannot feel the sin after some time. They become insensitive. But sin is a sin. So the insensitivity when we develop it in ourselves, we become adharmi. When we are sensitive about it, we are adharmi. On the left hand side, the intuition about it, the auspiciousness of it, is the thing that one has to learn, the auspiciousness. A housewife is to be respected, honored and comforted because it is auspicious. A wife has to be respectable. A housewife it doesn't look nice for a housewife, you see, dressed in a funny way. Once a chief cabinet secretary from India, his wife had come and she used to think she's very young and smart or something. She was wearing those tight jeans and things like that, you see. And the poor husband, you see, this side, that side, he didn't know what to do. And she's, very big man's wife. And she came down in London and she was thinking, oh, she's a great, smart thing. And they were invited to a dinner. It's a real thing, real thing that has happened. And when this man was to go from somewhere, she had to go from somewhere. So when he went there, he said, where is my wife? He said, she hasn't come. I said, no, she must come. She's not like that. She's much smarter than me. She must have arrived. He looked around. He couldn't find her. And there was a lady standing. He said, there's your secretary has come. She's standing there. And he didn't know what to say because she really looked like a secretary and not his wife. So the housewife has to be dignified and respectable. And she is to be respected. Is the part of that auspiciousness. And the wife, that essence of a wife is the governing. So you can imagine those women who stand for lib and all that, and those who try to sort of say that why should we be respectable? If the husband is not, if he is carrying on with other women, I should also carry on with other men. You must know that you are withholding that great position in the stomach, on the left hand side of every human being. And that's why the left navi catches in England so much. And in America, I think it's missing already. So that is to us, to a man, you see, who is so developed and so he thinks no end of himself, you see, and the civilization where work is so important and money is even more important than work is. To him it's silly to think that a housewife's respectability is so important in the play of the universe. Yes, it is. Where the women become respectable. The whole, you see, that's the breaking point of the society. There the human beings will start destroying. That's the real atomic bomb you have got. But it is so, I cannot rationalize it, it is made like that. All the gurus have said you should not drink, even Moses. Every one of them has said you cannot drink. Means take any kind of alcohol or anything that will take away your awareness, because that is the place of your awareness. In the sense that whatever goes wrong here spoils your attention. And if your attention is spoiled, your awareness is spoiled. The attention is here. The attention is in the stomach, in the what. So how important is your attention? Wherever you put your attention, that works. When you are realized, then your attention is realized. Wherever you put your attention, it works like a spear. It works like a sword. It works like a loving hand. It works like a kiss. It works like a comforting heart. It is an enlightened attention in your stomach. You see, the mother has a child in the stomach, the woman, how it looks after the child, a little pain, how it protects. All that is there is given to us through our gurus, our own beings, which are our masters, who teach us. The stomach teaches you. Your stomach is your guru. Amoeba became a human being through this stomach only, through the hunger it had. If it did not have hunger, it would not have grown. And the hunger teaches you, and when you learn it properly, then you become the guru yourself of the whole world and the universe. Void, that's why, is very important. And when you have had bad gurus, you have read horrible books, accepted them as facts and truths, then your void gets spoiled. Your attention gets spoiled. It goes to wrong things. Attention, when it works through your eyes, can also go to wrong things. Everywhere, wherever the attention moves, it can do wrong things. if it is adharmic. But as I said, there is no rationality about it. Dharma is to be accepted. You cannot rationalize it. To a point one can. But how far it harms you, you cannot rationalize. And then the curses of divine comes on you. Any kind of fanaticism or identification with one idea, like Muslims thinking they are Muslims, they are adharmic. They are not dharma. Dharma is that you have to respect all the religions. It is a sin not to respect any incarnation. It is a sin not to respect any religion. And to identify with one and denounce the other. So give up all these false dharmas and come to that one dharma which involves you, which gives you light by which you can see the oneness among all these religions. As I have said it before, that they are like beautiful flowers on one tree, nurtured by one sun, adorned by one tree. But fools take the flowers out, say that these are our flowers, and kill them. And when these flowers die, the ugliness becomes the so-called religions. So in essences, respect all the religions and all the incarnations. Fanaticism is absolutely against knowledge and against the void, because the whole balance of your void is to be kept. In a very subtle and subtler form, you will be sticking on to it. Say you are born a Christian. So whatever you may try, you cannot get out of this feeling that we are Christians. You will have much more respect for Mary in heart than for, say, Lakshmi. While you are a Hindu, you will have much more respect for Radha than for Mary. That will be lingering on and lingering on. When you develop that balance overnight, then you are dharmic. That balancing has to be done. So one realization is within you like this. And one realization is this way, among you. And this is dharma. Among all of you, there has to be another integration, a complete integration of understanding. Whether you are white, black or red, whether you are Hindu, Christian or anything. You must know that there is only one way, that is the living way of evolution, and that there is only one God, and all of them are aspects of the same God, and there is no quarreling among them. Why are you quarreling? This goes against the void. Complete integration works out in the stomach only. And when you are completely integrated, you will be surprised, rationality drops out. Automatically drops out. Rationality keeps this integration. Because if your heart says something, rationality says no, it's not correct. But if you take out your rationality there and just see for yourself, then wisdom comes in. And you just do it whatever is wise and good for your spiritual life. How are you now? Better. So void we use in Sahaja Yoga in many ways. First of all, we have to see the void of a person, how he has got the void. You can see it very easily because it might be pulsating. Maybe not be in your presence, I don't know, but in my presence it does. But immediately you can feel the void. Now void you feel on here or on here. Now just see, these are the basis of all the chakras. You feel the void here or here. Basis of all the chakras you can. So you can understand how important this void is. Now, if it is catching here anywhere or catching over here, then you have to ask the person about these various points. Whether he is a materialist, whether he is a fanatic. But these questions you cannot ask directly. If I say, are you a fanatic? He hit me hard. You have to be very, very clever about it. Now how to ask a person whether you are a fanatic or not? Very easy. Say he's a Muslim. So you just ask him to put your hand, saying that, should I put some kumku on your head? His fanaticism will come out. I can't do this. If he is a Christian, then you just ask him, can you put a swastika on your head? Cross he'll accept. Swastika, no, I'm not Hitler. That's how you can make it out, whether he's open-minded or not, by suggesting these things. So then he comes out with his fanaticism. Then what do? You do not condemn him as a fanatic. No. That won't be Sahaja style. It's alright, I'm going to. The cross, we had be alright. Alright, take the cross. Now if I say that cross was for swastika, then it became cross. Will you be angry? Gradually. But if he's a fanatic, you go outside and tell Muhammad Sahib to beat him nicely. He will do the job. Shoe beating is very necessary for all the fanatics. Nice shoe beating. But fanatics are one of the most difficult ones. Then those who have been to other gurus also will be shown. These days you don't get fanatics so many who come to surgery. Mostly they are guru bitten. You see, there are frost-bitten people, there are guru-bitten also. Mostly they are guru-bitten. Then you ask them, have you been to a guru? What your guru has done? This, that. If you tell them sometimes they can be fanatically attached to their gurus, then they might be angry. They do it. But what to do? You see, sometimes you have to tell them. Is the food?
Yes.
It's good they are looking after food we are having. Otherwise, if you have to cook also, then all your attention is there. It's much better than your ashram. No headache, nothing. You are having a nice time here, and their food is ready. Now serve, come and have the food. So the right track, we are talking about void. I'll sit here.
All our hungers are being satisfied today.
Yeah. Make the food also dharmic and then eat it. Good. How are you now? Better? Yeah. This will do good to many because so many are suffering from this guru is. How are you now? Good. It's such a wide subject that I cannot cover it in one lecture. It will require many more. But the most important thing about void is that once you are enlightened, you become dharmic yourself. The dharma starts flowing through your hand. These vibrations have a capacity to establish that. So when you put your hands now towards the 5 elements, say you put your hands towards the water, or you put your hand in the water gets enlightened, vibrated. And if somebody takes that water, it will establish dharma into that person. Supposing somebody is a drunkard. Now you put this vibrated water to him, give him to drink. He'll feel nauseated after drinks. He'll throw away the drinks, then he will stop. Some of you have noticed that when you came to me, first you felt a terrible nausea within you. And you felt like vomiting, sometimes you felt uneasy. So these vibrations through the water now pass into your stomach and they establish dharma there, the proper relationship. It so happens that if you go on taking this water, the right side is that physically you feel alright, and the water can give you such a power that you may never get cancer of the stomach, never get any trouble with the stomach. But left side, it has greater power, this water, that it cleanses you, your sins, and puts your attention, fixes it up on dharma. So your attention doesn't go, you are not tempted. That's how you have seen people who come to Sahaja Yoga can give up drinks easily. Because it turns your attention towards dharma. Then if you want to take drinks, you just don't feel like after some time. You feel like vomiting, you feel like headache and all that. And it happens so easily. Now we know somebody here. He gave up all his drinking in no time. Otherwise it's not possible to do. But because of this happening in the stomach, now you cannot drink. Just imagine. This is the great thing about the world is that once you are enlightened, you can give something to the nature. You have been drawing everything from nature so far. First time now you start giving something to the nature. And what you give to the nature is so nourishing to it also. Supposing you give vibrations to, say, fruits, or to trees, or to flowers. You will find there will be 10 times more, the growth will be much more, there will be lustrous, and they will be very juicy, very tasty, and the whole atmosphere will be different. Maybe after some time, these trees, if they will be standing there, anybody will be passing that way, if he touches the tree, they will get the vibrations also. So maybe a tree may become a cure or something like that. All those waters and all that we talk of curing water are nothing but vibrated waters. They are vibrated. So if the vibrated water goes inside, you get cured. So this is on the left hand side it works, that it establishes your religion within you. All the problems we have had is all completely cleansed out by them. In the same way, if you enlighten a light now here, you have seen so many times what you can enlighten a light. So it starts going, see, both are there, but this one is going in a different way. That may also go in a different way. But this one just happens, taking out the black. It is because it is enlightened. That is also enlightened, huh? So it may also take out. But this one I'm showing the hand is taking away that. If you see these lights, you will feel they are like pulled out lights. That is, you see the realized lights are pulled out like that straight. And I have been to some of these churches where they have these lights. And as soon as I entered inside, they are all going like that. It's interesting to see how they start suddenly glowing like that. But people do not notice it because they do not understand why it has happened. But you can understand that. So if you put the light, enlightened light, say yesterday, the other day we had that Havana, is the enlightened light. Havana we had made it enlightened, Jagana. Then whatever we put into it, you see our badhas and everything, it burned. Whatever we wanted to burn away, what is the beauty of fire is that, say, if you have some mixed up gold and you put it to fire, you will find the gold will be separated and the filth or dirt or whatever is inside it will be separated. So this quality, which is the right hand side quality of the fire, is becomes in a left hand side, is that when you go near such a fire or you use such a fire or a light, then what happens, that whatever is unwanted in you is burnt and you get the pure thing. So it purifies. Fire is a purifier and it is a melter. It melts your heart. This fire melts your heart and you feel the compassion. So that's how every element can be enlightened. And this is the work done in the void by your Kundalini. Kundalini goes to various places and she enlightens all these elements in your stomach. In the stomach, the basic principle is of water. The void is covered with water. And in the water there is salt. And the salt is nothing but is the dharma. Is the dharma, the salt. That's why when we give you salt, what happens? The salt that is vibrating goes and helps you in the stomach. And salt shows its own nature there by absorbing all that is in you, which is, we can say, is a mobile tank. A person, supposing, has got left hand side problem, then he should take salt. If he has the right hand side problem, she should take sugar. So these are the two qualities. This is the 5 of dharmas are done by salt and 5 by sugar. And these are the best solvents in the water, as you know. So all these 3 things put together, water, then salt and the sugar, they solve the problem of the body. That's why we use these 3 things. If you remember, Christ has said that you are the salt. That means you are the gurus. Salt is the food. That's why he said you are the salt, because you are the gurus. And salt dissolves into water. Water is the dharma. They are the absorber. They always have a water of crystallization. It cannot exist without, the salt cannot exist without water. So the water and salt put together means ocean. So void is the ocean within us. That's why it is called as Sagar. And all the oceans of the world are in our stomach. And if you want to hear them, sometimes you can put your thumb in my ears and you can hear them. Kavin has heard them. So you can hear them. So this is all the time this ocean is churned. And out of it comes out all that is good, and whatever is bad is burnt away or washed away or made to, with the air, it is made to be swept off. So the air element is also there. Air element that we see all around. So the vibrated air is a very important thing and it helps it. So I have talked to you about all the 4, but the 5th one is Akasha, is the ether, you can say. That works out. When you are a realized soul, then you also vibrate the ether. That's how our many collective work is done to the ether. See? Now supposing I want that you should get a proper seat when you burn or something, or take a small thing, anything materialistic, you can say. Or my children are going down there, how will they? I have to just worry about it immediately. The orders are sent, alright? So Saint Michael and Saint Gabriel, both of them say, now what should we do? We must find out a proper place. So they take Don into consideration. They bring him down here and find out a magical story. It's all done through ether. Ether is when it is enlightened, then it communicates the ideas, the things which are divine, or the desires, the divine desires are carried out. And then you are placed into the hand. Sometimes you are surprised, how am I here? How are you here? How do I meet you? I was not to come this time, and then how did I come? All these things can be done through the ether, which, we get our television and everything through ether. But on the television, if you say enlighten it, then it will so happen that a backbred program won't materialize. It won't materialize. It can work very dynamically. You cannot imagine how these miracles take place. And real miracles are felt. Of course, we do feel the miracles of all the other elements, but it's not so obvious as that of the ether. Because you're suddenly surprised, how, this, why? And it's everyone is surprised at it. Oh, here in the plate you get all this. So this is done by ether, and it is so miraculous. It is so miraculous that it is hard to believe that it is possible. Now this ether works daytime and night. It doesn't take rest anymore. It's all the time Tatvara. Means it is all the time ready to work out the divine will. All the time it is ready to work out the divine will. It doesn't wait. It doesn't wait for anyone to give orders or anything. Just waiting there. As soon as it sees that this is desired, all right, nothing is to be told, just to desire, and you say that, oh, what will be happening to such and such person? Finish. It is being transmitted. The same ether that transmits the air transmissions which you receive on the radio transmissions, the same one, when enlightened, does all this too. He works it out, everything that you want, it works it out. And that's how the angels show their karamat, their miraculous feats. But it is worth noticing all that and watching it and witnessing it and noting it down, oh, how it helped and how it worked out. And it also, ether when enlightened, brings people closer to divine power. It arranges and organizes. But now, one would ask, what is the necessity for God to have such complicated methods of enlightening the matter? Why not it has already the enlightened matter? This is a question one should ask. I mean, I'm asking as you people are there. So I'm asking you. Let's see the answer. That's your problem. Yesterday I told you to say that I'm not guilty. It's just a joke you are enjoying. You're just playing games with yourself when you say that. Because you like to play such terrible jokes with yourself. Don't say that you are guilty at all. By saying that, you see you are trying to enjoy a sort of sadism against yourself. You are against yourself. Self, that is your spirit.
That's what it feels like. It feels like
that's not a good thing. It's not what is wanted. It's not that is desired. So, just don't play on it. Whatever are your moods are not correct. They should not be there. By your moods you are lost. Sometimes you get this mood, sometimes you get another mood of aggression. You're in a temper or something like that. And sometimes you get into this kind of apologetic mood. Both are useless, absolutely useless. Just throw them away. Why should we do it? Both are mythical.
What about positive energy?
Yes, in positivity also the so-called positivity means aggression on others. You start showing your aggression on others. You can aggress others also. That even worse.
Feelings like love and happiness.
That's the thing I was saying. Be joyous. Be happy for what God has given you. Watch the words in the morning time. See the flowers in the morning time. What do they have? They are standing in the sun, in the rain. They are facing the nature all the time. Imagine the delicate petals of the flowers. Do they show any signs of negativity or of aggression? They only emit fragrance. Till they live, they will emit fragrance. When they will die, they are not gone. Aggressive person cannot come to Sahaja Yoga. He cannot go very far. Neither is negative person. But aggressive cannot. He'll drop off. Sahaja Yoga recedes from such people. You have to be humble. But you are not to be slaves. In extremes, at least one should know the difference between the two. If there is extreme, say something is very black, then you can see the white very clearly against it. And when you know how to move from one extreme to another extreme, you should be able to see both the things very clearly. And that's how you come to the center. But it is for your own good to be like that. You may say, yes, we understand, Mother, but we can't do. You can. You just watch yourself and see how it works, how your mind is working. It's your horse. You have to master it. You are supposed to be a rider and the horse is taking you somewhere wherever it feels like. Either to negativity or to the positivity, so-called, in the aggressiveness. It's the horse that is leading you, not you are leading the horse. What kind of a rider it is. And the horse is like a pendulum. When you are led by it. And when you identify yourself with that horse, which is what to do, it is happening, you can control it. You have to tell yourself. That is to tell your mind to behave itself. Otherwise, you people cannot go very deep into something. You have to go much deeper. If you are worried about superficialities, you cannot go deep. Deep down is the truth. There lies all the joy. All the trees, all living things have their roots deep down. Find out your roots. Where are they? They are all embedded in your heart and your spirit. Not in these superficial things where your mind is moving like a wind here and there, just like a dead leaf. If a big train is coming and the train is faced, say, with some sort of an obstacle, it cannot stop. But if there's a little worm, and if it wants to save itself from the train, it can. It can hide itself into something. You are not a worm, you are a human being. A little living thing can do that much. You are a human being. And if you cannot stop yourself from your destruction, then who can stop? You see the nature. People live together. Tiger lives in a forest. And there are many creatures who exist. But if human beings cannot save themselves with all the brain that they have, the dynamic stuff, with all the energy that they have, with all the discoveries that they have made, then who is going to save oneself? Either you aggress on others or you kill yourself. And then what should Mataji do? Or what should anyone do under these circumstances? But to make you face it. In Sahaja Yoga, you can face it very clearly. You can see others doing it also. But first you must see it in yourself. Unless until you see it in yourself what you are doing to yourself, you cannot see in others. When I say you see it in yourself, you become self-centered. I mean, anything you say can be twisted. When I say you see it in yourself, that means you detach yourself and see in yourself. What is your mind doing? That's how you can learn others. Also that they are doing the same. Like a person says is fond of good food. If he can see that he's hankering after good food all the time, he's thinking about good food, his mind is something like that. If he can see that, he can correct it also, if he can see it. Apart from that, when he sees somebody doing it, he would not hate that person, but he would help him to cure. On the contrary, I have seen those who are like that hate the other person, make fun of the other person, while they have the same weaknesses. Why? Why it happens? There's a psychology behind it. Because that one which is doing like this wrong, you hate. You hate that one subconsciously. And that's what you hate in others. But that is consciously. If you hate that part in you consciously, there won't be any problem. That part which is negative, the part that is telling you all these things, the part that misleads you, the part that spoils you, the part that covers the self, in you, if you could manage to see that, I say, no, not that part. No. But then you start despising the whole. It's a very subtle thing. Either you move from this side to that side. If I try to push, you will just go like a spring to the other end. If I try to push from that side like a spring, you go to the other end. Thing is, the basic thing is the extremes are to be avoided. This is the basic point, is extremes to be avoided. If you feel you are getting negative, take a shoe, beat yourself nicely. Go out and shout. Or take a pillow and hit it hard. Alright? But if you are negative inside, what you will do? You will go and beat your wife. Or beat your husband, whatever may be the case. It's a very simple thing for a surgeon to do. Is to be amused about yourself. Just be amused. Look at this Mr. So-and-so. Now see. When you start seeing yourself like that, you see, be amused at yourself. Oh, so now Mr. So-and-so is coming up like this. Oh, come along, come along. Now the vanity. Come along. I would like to see the vanity that I have. See Mr. Ego coming up. Now, here Mr. Ego stands. Then you start seeing. Be amused about it in the real sense. And you will be surprised that these things will drop off.
You know this, when you observe something and you say something in yourself and you act.
Yes, of course, very much.
You
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
And you still not correcting it. What's wrong with it?
No, you should say, get away. You take 2 running jumps and go. That will help. If you want to have phraseologies, I can tell you. But I think you are much more equipped in English language with all the beautiful humor that you have. Just play that on yourself. See, humor is a beautiful thing that you can really play on yourself. Instead of playing these melancholy songs and foolishly indulging into all this romantic nonsense, better play some humor on yourself. Sit down and read some humor and enjoy the humor upon yourself. It works wonders. And those who know how to laugh at themselves are the best people. All that was foolish is chiseled out, and you see that beautiful joy-giving spirit manifesting itself beautifully when you are alone. In all your worries, all your problems, and all negativity and so-called aggressiveness and everything just disappears, and you are one with that. And you are seeing through that, the brilliance that it is. You are seeing through and feeling the dignity of that and the joy of it, the brilliance it is. Just think if you are the sun and you come and you see the sun coming, the rays coming and working it out and curing and changing the colors and giving life. Imagine how dignified you feel and how beautiful you feel. But you don't feel vain about it. If you are that, you just don't feel that there's something special about it. You just see it. Vanity comes when you don't have something. When you have it, you say, it's all right, it's me, it's just flowing. It's just watching it, how it's beautifully it is flowing. Because of scientific research in the psychological sphere, this myth has come to us that if we try to enjoy something like that, then you become proud. So you just don't enjoy. I mean, the sum total of the whole thing is psychoanalysis, that you don't enjoy anything in life. In the sum total, it comes to, if it is not worked with a realized soul, with the compassion and love and proper understanding, it amounts to that. That you just don't enjoy anything in life. You analyze everything. This way you are bad, that way you are bad. This way you are wrong, that way you are wrong. So you are wrong completely, you should be finished. You are good for nothing, useless, thrown away. End up in the lunatic asylums. Or in some other wretched place, which is not meant for human habitation at all. Idiotic it is, I must say. Stupid. It is like a, we call it in Marathi, dupatne is a thing we use for burning the incense, you see. It is hollow on this side and hollow on the other side also, because one side is the stand and the another side is where you put the incense. So you take that dupatna and you ask for something. See, something is given on this cup, you turn it round for the other side. So the other side feels hit, but this side that is filled in is gone. So you go to see, you want to see the other side now, that what is left in the other one is nothing is left altogether. It's finished. So it is said that hati dupatne dile, means this dupatne is that thing, is given to you in the hand. So first you see this side, you try to feel the joy in the cup. Alright? Then you turn it round to feel the other side of it. But this side you have to receive it and the other side is the support. So you need not go to the right, then to the left. By the time you go to the left, the right is over, and the right side you run up to, the left is over. Just be in the center. Push yourself in the center. Just be there. See the silence. Silence of joy crawls in. What's it? What happened?
Sleeping. Sebastian was sleeping.
That's the best.
Feels beautifully.
Huh?
So perfectly regular and peaceful.
That is the best, is to sleep more. Now, any questions?
How far would be concerned with other people sometimes?
Was it?
How far
Should you be concerned with other people? I mean, such a situation where you think that you should have a better understanding.
Yeah.
And yet, you wanted to tell them for when they were stupid, right? And so, you try to do something, it's still, you still go back, right?
Yeah. I would say, you see, Regis, that you have wisdom. All of you have your wisdom. And you tell them in a way that would carry the cool, as they say. Because if you tell somebody you are stupid, I mean, he will make hell for you. You better not do that. Alright. Now if you tell somebody that you are very clever when he's stupid, if he is really,
Because you know that, and then you talk us.
yes, they will know that too. Because people here are very clever, you see. They are stupid in their wisdom, but understanding that what others are talking and all that, they know very well. So best thing is, whenever you have to work on them secretly. Give them a bandhan, give them shoe beating, but openly you give them tea.
That was your life.
While drinking, of course. Keep Mataji's photograph and the candle there, and then invite, give them tea, give them some chanas. You see, that's how you have to work with these people. Because they don't understand this. They may be clever. So give them some chana. When they want to have some water, give them vibrated water.